nice, then attend to this heaven slice of an angel wrapped in skin. Throw dice and woes of life. Love and pride, look at her vibe. What's the meaning of life? One subjective paradise. Crystal chandeliers, moments reflected. Often mirrors a pit, quick, grinning from ear to ear. Craving that raven and grain, rekindling the flame. Close as she draws near. Stay there, remove your underwear, shove it somewhere over there. In paradise, in paradise, we know our purpose. In paradise, in paradise, we know what our worth is. In paradise, we manifest dreams. In paradise, truth is what you can see.
Boom. Yes, it is. The truth is what you can see. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of the Unpopular Hour. Of course, I'm your host, Matt Clark. God, that's up loud. I'm your host, Matt Clark, and I tell you what a great day or great weekend for sports. Thunder started the Summer League on Saturday. We got to see Victor Wembanyama on Saturday. A lot of people were not happy with what they saw or used that as an excuse to make fun of him. I, on the other hand, was complete opposite of those people. I saw what I needed to see, the things that I was looking for him, considering that it was going to be his first game and he was going to be hard for him considering all the hype and everything. So I saw what I needed to see. A lot of people saw other stuff that they wanted to see and wanted him to be negative. But, I mean, I saw what I needed to see. And so, anyway, I was pretty thrilled with that. But for the main part, I was excited to see the Thunder. I wanted to see Kaysen. I wanted to see Keontae, and along with Chet. So we got to see Chet and Kaysen and Keontae and Jay Will all together. So I got to see that, and I liked what I saw from that. And the Thunder looked really, really good, and I was just excited when you go back and you look at what the Thunder did. Let me see if I can pull that up because I did not take my computer here like I was supposed to, because yesterday was our time with our guy, Maud. It was his wife, Angie, threw a party for everybody to come over there and kind of enjoy that. So that was good seeing that. But what I saw from the Thunder in their game yesterday, Saturday, different than what I saw in Utah, was the fact that we got to see everybody and got to see what the Thunder really could and couldn't do with their roster. So I was excited about that. And, this thing is screwing up. My deal is messed up with me. But anyway, in the Thunder score, here was the first half versus the second half of the scoring. So you can see, because you know what I like to do when I like to set my thing up, I like to be able to look at it all the way around to see what the Thunder did and what they, first half versus second half, and you can see the difference in the game. And the Thunder did have some up and downs, which of course they were. The ironic thing that I thought was interesting was the fact that they took so many threes. I thought, wow, that's a lot of damn threes. You know what I'm saying? I mean, when you look at it, that's just a lot of threes. And I thought it was, and I wasn't overly, I don't want to say pleased with it, but I mean, to me, that was just a lot of threes that I saw from them and what was going on with them. So I don't know if I really was shocked, but I was. I'm trying to get my guys on my Zoom thing today. I couldn't go do my regular Zoom for whatever that makes you change your password, and I changed the password. I went on Zoom, changed, so I had to go on computer to set up my Zoom call today. So I'm hoping that the guys can jump on, but if they can't, oh well, we'll just try to do it with them tomorrow or whatever. So, but you can see that we scored 6 points the whole first half. In the second half, we had 24. So we ended up with 18 second half points. But you can just see 43, we were 11 for 20, which is efficient, and 19-43, which is efficient. But it also caused us to get them closer in the game than they should have been, simply because I believe that the Thunder should have beaten them by more than what they did. But I liked what I saw from all the guys. I liked even Chet. Chet playing a lot better, but I like what the Thunder are doing. And my guy Nathan Taylor, we were talking about this the other day. He was saying that they're kind of doing the same thing they did with Perkins and Ibaka, and then with Steven Adams and Ibaka. What they basically were doing was putting your center, which would be Jay Will, or when later on see who they're going to actually put in there, because I don't know who they're actually going to put in there for that. We shall see who's going to put in. So, but anyway, we'll see what they do. But Jay Will and him, I like what I saw because it allowed Chet to roam defensively and be able to get different blocks and to get let me see, whatever. I said get people to think twice about driving to the basket, and then when it did, they would miss. So I looked at it and I just said, you know what? I can't really fault what I saw from them. I can't really say that I'd like the Thunder strategy, because I would like to see Chet kind of guard more out front. But, if that's not the way that we're going to do it, then that's not the way that we're going to do it. So, but it is what it is, and I like I said, overall, I like what our young team is doing. I like the way that we're looking. I like everything, and the Thunder did, after the Mavericks came back and took the lead, the Thunder took care of business down the stretch. But anyway, here are the things, that's what you can see, how everything played out. And can I say that, when we started the game out, you had Trey Mann, you had Chet, you had Jang, you had Jay Will, and you had Kaysen. And I tell you what, Kaysen was every bit of advertised. Keontae, I really see his development, and I like what I see from all of them. I like our team is just going to be. I cannot wait till the fall so that we can get all these guys together and we can actually see what they are going to be able to do as a group. I mean, I literally just cannot wait, because I think it's going to be so exciting to see them do all the things that they need to do as far as growing the team, as far as what is going to be done, as far as our team, as far as what is going to be, how they're going to add the pieces, how those pieces going to fit with SGA, how those pieces going to fit with Josh, how those pieces going to fit with J-Dub, how is Chet going to blend in with our team or not blend in, if you will. So anyway, like I said, good job by the Thunder. Looking forward to them playing again, and here is our schedule. Like I said, we won the first game tomorrow night at 5:30 p.m. against the Rockets, which I tell you what, Jabari has been playing really, really well. He had 33 the other night, including the game winner. So that's going to be interesting to see them, he and Chet, in their second year going against each other. And, of course, we all wanted them to take Jabari, and the Thunder wanted to take Chet. So we'll see how that pick ends up turning out in the long run. But tomorrow night, 5:30 on NBA TV. Go to the NBA TV app and get that. I think it's like $11 or something that you can get it for and be able to watch NBA TV. Or if you have Hulu or YouTube, I believe NBA TV is on there, so you can watch it that way. But I would be interested to see what we're going to do now. Tomorrow night, we're going to definitely do a show either tomorrow night or Wednesday night, kind of doing the cap, depending on what the Thunder do tomorrow. We may end up doing it Wednesday night, doing a after the storm show that will really kind of break down what we saw with Thunder, because I don't think Chet's going to play probably after tomorrow, so we may just do the show then, kind of doing a recap of what the Thunder are doing. And remember, if you want to look at anything we're doing, you can. Here is the way to look at it. You can go to YouTube, search After the Storm OKC Thunder, and like, subscribe, hit notification button, and then that way anytime we're on you can see it. Or, of course, Facebook, if you want to be able to do it that way. The Unpopular Hour, which is what we're doing today with Matt Clark, obviously me. So the Unpopular Hour Matt Clark on YouTube, search, subscribe, like, hit notifications, and then, of course, push come to shove, you can always go to www.mcsportsnetwork.com and get it that way. So however you want to do it, it's kind of up to you on whichever ways that you can get on the show. But like I said, we'd like to see you one way or the other. And like I said, I tried to set up a Zoom for my guys today but it's just not working well because I went through the Zoom website instead of the Zoom app, and for whatever reason, it's just not. I'm trying to sign in, and it would not let me sign in through my normal way. So, kind of pissed off about Zoom this morning. I don't like what it's doing and keeping me from doing the show the way I wanted because I was with Drew, Ken Thorne of HuskerDrewPicks.com yesterday at our guy Mod's birthday slash family deal that we did for his birthday when everybody was on. And anyway, that was nice. And this thing is just not giving me my email. I just reset my email and it's not doing it. It's just really pissing me off. You know, technology sometimes can be a pain in the butt. So that being said, we're going to go ahead and move on, and we're just not going to have my guys on today. It's just unfortunate, but we'll probably have everybody on tomorrow, try to get everything done. In NBA news, Victor Wembanyama, like I said, is going to be really good. Is he going to be the greatest? I don't know if he'll be the greatest, but like I said, after the first game, what I did like is I did like his being able to see. I wanted to see how his ball handling skills were against NBA talent. And if he said, I used to watch Kevin Durant, well, the mistakes that he made, Kevin Durant did not make because Kevin Durant did not try to take the extra dribble and do all the spins inside the lane, which caused him to get the ball taken away from him. It's like, hey, just get him up, pull up, and shoot on him, which is what he did in the second game, having 2017 and 3 blocks. So the things that I was looking for him was, is your ball handling really what everybody says it is? I wanted to see that. Is your vision everything what everybody said it was? I wanted to see that. And then the thing I was surprised at was his ability. Was shooting the ball. I mean, it was his first game. He was 1 for whatever it was, and I was 0 for 8 for my first game at OSU. So I don't really dictate. I mean, first game, like I said, I was interested in his ball handling. I was interested in his court vision, and then I was interested in how he plays defense because was he going to get pushed around? For sure. That wasn't even a concern of mine. That wasn't even a thought of mine. I knew that was going to happen, so I didn't really even care about that. What I was interested in, like I said, can he really handle the ball like they said he can? Does he really have court vision like they say he did? And can he defend on the wing? Those are the things that I was looking for, and I got yes, yes, and yes. And then everybody's talking, so listen, y'all are wanting to hate on the guy. I'm not looking at what you're looking at. That was what you're talking about, him being weak and being pushed around. That stuff was a given to me. I wasn't even concerned about that because I already knew that was going to happen. So I wasn't really concerned about that so much. What I wanted to see is a different side of the basketball game, and that's what I saw. And then in game 2, he corrected, not really trying to go to the basket that much. What did he do? Pulled up and shot his jump shot, did all the things that he's supposed to do, a Kevin Durant style. So if you're following after KD, you do pull-ups, and then you catch in the lane. You don't put the ball on the floor. You turn around and shoot. You don't put the ball on the ground. You're in there just, hey, or if you do, one dribble up. You don't turn around and take multiple dribbles and try to act like you're 6'3" and got multiple handles, because those guys have a hard time taking multiple dribbles in the paint, in the lane. It's just hard to do. So anyway, I don't know if he's going to be the greatest, but he's going to be really, really, really good. And the fact that I really like is that he can get out and he can actually defend on the wing. He can actually take guys and defend them on the wing. That part I really liked. Jabari Smith, man, he really, really looked good. I liked what I saw from Jabari as far as his handles, everything that he could do with the ball. All those things I really, really liked from him. Scoot Henderson, he looked really, really good, like I said the other day, until he actually hurt his shoulder. He was seriously dominating the game. Man, I tell you what, I saw him more of a comp to Derrick Rose. Yeah, just physically dominating on people. Really can't shoot the ball. He's going to have to work on that. But what everybody forgets is Shaedon Sharp last year hurt his shoulder in the first game last year. So I don't know what that is with the Portland Trail Blazers players, their guards, hurting themselves in the very first game of Summer League with their shoulders. But they may need to rethink that next year. And then the other thing is, are the Celtics stockpiling draft picks? Well, for a future trade. Let's face it. You got rid of Marcus Smart. So you are breaking up the big three. You've been trying to trade Jalen for a minute. So we already know that. So The question is, who can you really give up? You can give up him, and you can give up Porzingis and 6 picks. But the question is, who are you going to get them for? Who is the who? If you're trading, who are you going to trade the picks for? That's my thing. Yeah, I'm thinking shocking trade. That's Giannis. The Joker we know ain't going nowhere. Embiid, you know for dang sure they're not going to trade him from Philly to Boston in the East. You know that Milwaukee is not going to trade Giannis to the Celtics. We know that. Now, we also know that, or we think we know that that Joker's not going to be traded to Boston from Detroit or from Denver. Those people in Denver would kill the owner, and that would no. So who are you going to trade for? Okay, who would you trade for? Anthony Davis, maybe. Uh, who else can you trade for that would be in the West that would be a blockbuster? There's really nobody that I can think of that's a blockbuster trade, unless the Lakers aren't. I mean, LeBron. I guess you could trade him there, but he ain't worth 4 first-round picks. So it really limits to me. I mean, blockbuster. Like, what do you really mean? I mean, if I'm the Celtics, if I'm Milwaukee, I'm not trading him to you. If I'm 76ers, I'm not trading him to you. So that really locks down talking about blockbuster trade. Who the hell are you gonna trade for? Who's gonna go where? I don't see it. I don't understand what they're really saying. But of course it is Boston. So who knows what they're actually trying to do. So we shall see how that's going to work. Uh, I don't believe that that's something that's. I think a good trade can happen? Yes. Carl Anthony Towns, something like that. Yes. Luca, possibly. Uh, that's something I didn't think about. Luca or Anthony Davis in the West, but I don't see Dallas really getting rid of Luca. Now, if Luca requests the trade and wants to be gone, then yes, I can see that. Now, I could see Boston trading for Dame, but knowing Dame the way I know him, and do you want to go to one of the most racist cities in America? If you're Dame Lillard from Portland, one of the most laid back uh, cities that there is to that, do you want to go to that mess over there? Probably not. And it's a lot of things that, people don't understand. Guys, that, you want to go where you feel like you're comfortable going out and having dinner. You want to feel like you're comfortable with going out and doing whatever you want without having to be looked at wrong or be able to be suspicious because of the color of your skin. So I don't see then him wanting to go to Boston. Now, that would be another blockbuster trade. So it would be a Dame or Luca or an Anthony Davis. But other than that, I guess I can think about it a little bit on who you want, but Boston would be very particular on who they would want in their city representing their team. So I just wonder how that would play out. So I don't really see uh, the other three as a potential trade at all. Giannis, Joker, and Embiid. I don't see any of them. The others, Anthony Davis, sure, that's a possibility. I would do it in a heartbeat if I was the Lakers. I would take Jalen and get rid of him and give me some draft picks, which since I have none, yes, I would do that in a freaking heartbeat. And that sends him out, even though it is our arch enemies. Yeah, I would do that in a heartbeat. And then if I'm Dallas, I wouldn't necessarily trade him, but if he's wanting to go, I could put Jalen along with Kyrie, seeing Luka there, get me a bunch of draft picks and be able to build back through the draft. But Luka's generational type player, Jokic generational type player, Embiid generational type player, Giannis generational type player, Anthony Davis not so much because he's like Shaq. They never really committed their bodies and what they could do in the offseason to make them truly, truly great. And that's why all my pushback against everyone when it talks about Shaq being the greatest center ever, he only had a few years to do it. If he would have listened to Kobe and wasn't trying to go out there and be a rapper and concerned with all this nonsense, everything that he's now telling these guys young not to do, he did. And it cost him he could have been the most dominant. He was our Wilt Chamberlain of our generations. That's who he really was. That's what Wilt looked like. But Wilt did that for 15 years. Shaq did it for half that. That's the difference between the two. That's why Shaq is not a top 10 player, because he chose to be a rapper. He chose to hang out. He chose to do all this other nonsense, not keeping himself in shape, not trying to be the most dominant center ever. The Lakers won 3 in a row with him and Kobe. They could have won 5, 6 in a row, but he wasn't willing to do that because he wanted to hang out. He wanted to be cool. He wanted to do everything else but what he needed to do. And now he regrets it. But now he tries to help everybody else. But you got to remember, Shaq, these guys are thinking just like you did. And that's the hard part with these guys. They're making so much money and they're so young. That's why I believe that these college students, these kids should go to school for a minimum of 2 years. They're at 19 years old. They're not ready to come out and play in the NBA. They're not ready to be $100-something million to be able to deal with that. Plus, in college, they can still make $300,000, $400,000, $600,000, $700,000 in NIL money. Stay in school 2 years, become more mature, get used to the surroundings and everything, all the entrapments that are involved with that. Then pop out. And like with Victor Wembanyama, he's been over in France. He's been playing professional ball for forever, just like Luka did. So when they get here, they're a lot more mature than our guys who are coming straight from AAU. Now, we know Steve Kerr hates AAU, and a lot of these NBA coaches hate AAU. Why? Because these guys in AAU, and I see it every weekend, these guys are trying to win. They're not teaching these kids anything. They want to win. And the more athletic you are, the more you press, the more you beat teams. The more you are. But you're individualizing yourself, not teaming concept yourself. That is the biggest difference. That's why these guys in the NBA, these young guys come over here, and very few of them who are right out of high school or 1 year out make it. They're not mentally and physically ready. They need to sit 2 more years, but of course the agents aren't going to do that. It's like Travis Kelce's agent. Oh, well, you're so underpaid. You're the third highest paid tight end at $14 million, and you probably make another $5, $6, $7 million, maybe $10 million off the court and endorsements. Why? Because you play for the Chiefs. Because you're doing this and this and this. If you were at Minnesota or you were at Miami, you ain't doing what you're doing. You're making more money. That's it. But you're not going to the Hall of Fame if you're with them. Stay where you are. Get the long picture. Your agents are about making money. That's how they make money. That's like them with these players I'm talking about. They understand. Get these guys while the iron is hot. Because once they stay 2 years, 3 years, some of them, once they stay a couple years, then their chances of going to the league pretty much fall away because all the deficiencies that come out after they've been in the league 2 or 3 years and therefore they're done, that's what happens. They all need to stay at least 2 years, to me, if not 3, just like football. Make them stay a mandatory time. Come out as men. Understand how to play the game. Understand how to be an adult. Understand the responsibilities that come with that. But that's not what the agents want, and they're not going to allow that. And the NFL NBA Players Association not going to do it either. But what's going to happen is that hurts these guys in the long run by you doing it the way you're doing it. Something needs to change, and I don't think these guys are going to allow that simply because they want to make the money. And it's just sad that they want to do that. So, man, enough of that. I need to get off that. Anyway, in golf tournaments this weekend, the 7th annual Jazzy Strokes Golf Tournament is Monday, the 17th, a week from today at 8 a.m. start at the Hard Rock Casino. And I'll tell you what a terrific disc golf course at Cherokee is. It's brutal. But great golf course. I love playing on this hole right here. The 6th hole right here is just brutal because you got to hit it short of the water. And then the way that last year you can see the flag stick, it was tucked right behind those rocks on the downside of a hill. And my second shot went up just to the right of that. We were just right off the green there. And the problem was we were above the hole. And so we were just barely off the green. I mean, we were just right off the green, and we got to putt, but the mailman's going by. If you can hear Ace going crazy, but anyway, we all missed the birdie putts coming down. Now, my tee shot have been more to the left. That way, we were putting uphill. Less curvage would have probably been a lot easier for us to get a chance to do birdie, but it didn't happen. But for more information, you can contact www.waymantisdalefoundation.org to put in a team. I tell you what, it's a fantastic event, and tomorrow I'll put down what all the activities are going to be for the tournament on Saturday there with the dinner, and then of course on Sunday going to the events that are on Sunday. Now, one of my favorite things to do, like I went Sunday last year and we did that, and it was just, I mean, I love I love going there. I mean, I love Tulsa itself, and but let me see. And I love Tulsa, and I love hanging out with the guys and going to see that. But one of my favorite things to do is going to the Greenwood Rising Museum. We did that last year, and like I said, if it's something you haven't done, you really, really need to go in and check it out. There is a little area there that's pretty tough to see, and you don't have to go in. You can go right by it and not have to go in there and deal with the emotions that are associated with that little room there, and you can bypass it and walk on through. It's really hard to look at. I deal with, but anyway, I love doing that. I want to go and do our show from there one of these days. Go up to Tulsa and do that. We may do that on a Monday or something. We may try to go up there and do it. In fact, I'm gonna get that done the next time that I'm there. I'm going to talk to them about that. And then, of course, my basketball camp is August 2nd and 3rd, which is Wednesday and Thursday, grades 2nd through 7th, from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m., $155 for the 2 days. And I think we have 13 spots left, I believe, is what we have left. So if you're interested in doing it, we have some forms that you can get if you go up to the front desk there at Santa Fe. There are some sign-up forms there, and then there are some downstairs right there by the concession area. There are some forms for you to fill out there for that. And then, of course, you can always message me on Facebook and let me know if your son or daughter wants to come. Right now we have 2 girls that are coming in I think it's 2 girls and 5 boys. We only take 20. And people are like, why do you only take 20? I said, because I'm trying to teach basketball. We're out here not to necessarily have a bunch of fun. We're out here to learn how to play basketball. So that's why we only take the number that we take. And with that being said, I want to take this opportunity to thank my sponsors, Collaborative Logic. We appreciate everything that they do for us, getting us all set up and done. In fact, I need to go in and get my stream deck done, which I've been saying for about a week now, and still haven't got that done. Go over and see my guy Russell Williford over there. But if you have any needs for any computers, software, if you need a network to be upgraded or somebody new to run your network solutions, they are the people. They can also write software specifically for your business to help run smoother. They can do websites for you as well. SRB, if you have any engineering, surveying, or planning, my guy Mark Long is the dude for that. He's a great guy and great for that. Oak Grove Trucking and Jose Fierro. If you have any needs for any rocks or dirt to be moved, he is the champion for that. Greg and Max Nafee at Nafco, appreciate them sponsoring and doing everything they always do for me there. And YNB, family owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen. They're an equal housing lender, a member of the FDIC, and a sponsor for us to go out and do minority, women, and black-owned business live streams at, which, of course, we will be at Georgia's Happy Hog tomorrow to do our live stream there. So we appreciate YNB for them sponsoring us to go out and support minority, women, and black-owned businesses in the Oklahoma City area. Appreciate that. You can pre-qualify online with them at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. Or you can go into any of their locations located here on the right-hand side, 401 Elm, which is the main bank, downtown Yukon. YNB East, which is on the Parkway or 66th, and the Yukon Parkway. YMB Mustang, 218 North Mustang Road there in Mustang, Oklahoma. YMB Parkway, which is on Garth Brooks Boulevard and I-40, just south of I-40 right there at Garth Brooks. YMB Peoples, 6201 Northwest 23rd. They're in Bethany between MacArthur and Rockwell. Can't miss it. That's the place I always go to. So you can go in and see my guy Eddie or Dennis there at the YMB Peoples. And I always go in and holler at my boys whenever I get a chance to do that. Love those guys, and they are a lot of fun. So that being said, now, I did say that if you have any questions, you can Skype us at 405-551-8300, or you can, if you have any information or any questions that you want to say, that you want to do that, because I don't really go to my my Facebook very often to look at things. So if you want to Skype me, you can do that. Like I said, you can do that on my Skype. If you have any questions to ask me, you can do that. Like I said, here are the number 405-551-8300. Ask a question, it will pop up on my screen, and I'll be able to do that. Because if you go to Facebook, I don't have my Facebook open while I am on the air. Now I can go back and answer them when I'm done, but prefer you Skype me at 405-551-8300 for that. So that reminds me now, this weekend, like I said, man, I tell you what, in USA men's soccer, what a freaking game. I mean, what a match. I guess it's not a game, it's a match. What a soccer match it was between us and Canada. Now, remember, this is our C team, B and C team. This is not our A team playing in the Gold Cup. But we have gone to, 11 straight? This is our 12th straight or something like that game. And so anyway, I'm really, really excited about what I saw. We scored in the 87th minute or something like that, and then got a handball and they got a penalty kick, which, I mean, it's kind of hard because, I mean, you're rushing up there and your hands, it just inadvertent, and they got a penalty kick there for that. But you kind of got to know where you're at and got to keep your hands behind you. So anyway, shootout. We got the couple kicks. Well, I got the couple defenses in there. Well, of course, we're up 3-2. And what happened, man, the guy from Canada kicked it off. I mean, he was right, made the right move, but he just kicked it too high, hits the head of the crossbar, and that was that. And the USA win 3-2 in a shootout and win to go to the finals against Panama, who smashed Qatar. And Qatar probably shouldn't have been in there, but Qatar smashed. They didn't smash them. They beat Mexico, which was a joke. Mexico should not have lost that, but Qatar got in because of the defeat of Mexico. So Wednesday, the 12th, 6:30 p.m. at FS1 at Snapdragon Stadium. Don't you like the way that name sounds? Snapdragon. We're at the Snapdragon. I like the way that sounds. Snapdragon Stadium there in the lovely city of San Diego, one of the most beautiful cities there on the West Coast. Panama versus USA in the semifinals of the Gold Cup. I'll probably be watching that too as well. Well, actually, the Thunder play too, so I'm not sure. I'll probably have to do something where I can watch both of those at the same time. And then, of course, the USA women's team won 2-0 over Wales. I mean, we're just, we look really, our women's team is pretty nice. Going for their third straight World Cup, fourth overall, and we should have another one in there, but our former coach, still don't to this day, don't know what she was thinking in that Japan game. Japan match. I don't know what she was doing. I was frustrated. The announcers were frustrated. I mean, she was playing not to lose instead of to win. And when you play not to play not to lose, what do you end up doing? You usually end up losing, and that's what happened to them. USA versus Vietnam, Friday, 21st. First match. I don't know if I'm going to watch it, but I don't know how much of it I'm going to watch because we should roll over them. Even though it'll be a pretty good match, we should roll over them. And then we play the Netherlands on Wednesday the 26th, which I will be really interested to see that. I don't know what I don't know. I mean, in Portugal, it's going to be exciting, but I don't know what's going to be happening on the 26th. So we'll see what's going to happen with that. But anyway, I'm excited to see that and to be able to deal with that. Now, in NFL news, sorry about that. Sorry about that, guys. My throat. I've been coughing up stuff all day. I don't know what the problem is. Anyway, in NFL news, here are the first-time Hall of Famers that are eligible. The first-time eligible. I mean, what you do is you can be eligible up to, I think it's 10 straight years before they have to put you on like the Veterans Committee thing, whatever. But the Hall of Fame first-time eligible. Remember what Deion Sanders says. When you say the name, it's an automatic yes or no. Okay? So when I'm sitting here looking at these names, does it make you say yes or no? And when I look at it, I think Andrew Luck, man, he only played 4 years. So he had a good 4 years. I'm not going to say he didn't. But I mean, he was really, really good, no question. And he quit because of his health, no question. But so did Sandy Koufax, and so did Gale Sayers. They both quit because of that. So I'm not sure. But I don't know if he really, I mean, yeah, they did win, and they hadn't had a winning season because remember, they got rid of Peyton Manning basically for Andrew Luck. I don't know if you guys remember that, but the reason why that Peyton Manning ended up with the Broncos is because he had that neck fusion surgery. And then the Colts drafted Andrew Luck, and so they basically were like, see you later, Peyton. I mean, it just, these bad run organizations, they always do stupid things. And, my deal is this: why would you not keep Peyton Manning? Let him play for a couple more years. Let Andrew Luck learn under Peyton Manning, which would have been the better thing to do. But no, they stuck him out there, and he did win, but he ended up getting hurt and having, I think he only played for 5 years. But do I think him eligible when I think Andrew Luck? I think possibly, but not first time. That's kind of the way I look at it. Joe Thomas, for sure, yes. Darrelle Revis, yes. Antonio Gates, yes. Eric Berry, man, he was really, really good for a long, long time for the Chiefs, so I would say yes. And unfortunately, the year that Tom Brady they got to D4 to all sides, which was ridiculous. I believe that was his last year with the Chiefs, and they probably should have won because I believe they would have beat who did the Patriots? Whoever the Patriots beat that year, was it the Rams? Whoever it was that they beat, I forget who they played, but anyway, they would have beaten them, I do believe. Jamal Charles, man, I like Jamal, but no, I don't see him as in the Hall of Fame. I just don't. Julius Peppers, boy, he was dominant for a long, long, long time at defensive end. I say he gets in first time. Man, I don't think not the first time. Sebastian Janikowski, yes, he was. Man, called him the leg. He was ridiculous. I really, really like Sebastian Janikowski. So my first time eligible that I just don't even hesitate on: Joe Thomas, yes. Darrelle Revis, yes. Antonio Gates, yes. Eric Berry, I think, yes. And Janikowski, I think, yes. Julius Peppers, man, he's a Hall of Famer. I just don't know. First ballot, I just don't know. Jamal Charles, no, I don't believe he's first ballot. And neither do Andrew Luck. I believe he is first ballot. I don't know if that's good or bad, but that's just kind of my way of looking at it. I just don't see it. I mean, I like both of them. I mean, I like them all. I liked Andrew Luck a lot, and I thought he was game-changing for them. But like I said, I don't know why you don't sit him for the first couple of years, learn under Peyton Manning, and for him to get even better. Because I don't know if everybody remembers when Andrew Luck played against Oklahoma State. I believe it was in the Rose Bowl when we should have played for the national championship game that year because we were the best team, and we beat Stanford in the shootout. It was unbelievable. What a game that it was. But Joe Thomas, I don't even have to think. Like Deion says, he's up in the upper room with Deion. So is Darrell. So is Antonio Gates. I think all of them are up there. And Eric Berry, I think he's up there. I think he's one of the best safeties of all time. I think he should definitely be there. Julius Peppers, like I said, Man, he was really good. Do I think he'll make it eventually? Yes. Do I think he was a first ballot? I just don't know. I don't know. Sebastian Janikowski, I think he should get in there, whether they think he does or not, because he is a kicker, and there's a certain is a stigma, I guess is what you want to call it, that's related to that. So I would say that he may or may not get in, but I would say of those guys, those first ballots, that's who I would say for sure put those guys in. I have zero issues with any of those guys that I had just mentioned going in. I'm not gonna comment or not gonna say anything bad about any of those because I like all of those guys that I had mentioned as far as being first ballot guys. So that's just kind of how I look at it. So we'll see how it works. But anyway, I tried to, like I said, I was trying to do um, my thing on that, and then of course here we're gonna end up with the Thunder because I'm gonna try to do a deal where you can try to hopefully you can hear Nathan in his comments. We're gonna try to do a thing where we can do when I can call him on the phone and we're gonna put him on speaker. So we'll see if that's gonna work. NFL coaching and wins and losses. You can see where the reason why we're doing this is Bill Belichick. He's creeping in on Don Shula. He is only what's that 30? What is that? 35 games away. 36 from breaking him at 293, 328. George Halas, he's probably going to get that within the next 3 years if he continues to be coaching, because that is what 725. So he's going to have to average 9 wins a game. He can get 8. Probably the question is he still going to be the head coach at the Patriots? Because he is going to need to win. Because what they're doing right now, I don't think Robert Kraft is going to deal with that. I think he's pretty much done with him because he did not want Tom Brady to go, but that was Bill Belichick's, and he listened to him, and I think he regrets doing that now. That Tom Brady should have retired as a Patriots, but you know how that is. Football is not the most loyal things in the world, and the question is, will Patrick Mahomes? That may be something we might ask. Will Patrick Mahomes retire as a Chief? Because if anybody should have retired with somebody, it should have been Tom Brady with the Patriots, just like Peyton Manning should have with Indianapolis. Brett Favre probably should have with Green Bay. So those are things we're probably going to have to look at, because in a modern day system that does not happen. Tom Landry, the Cowboys, 250 wins, a lot of wins with one team. I wonder how many Bill Belichick. I need to go back and check and see how many Bill Belichick has won with the Patriots. Probably 220 or 30 games, probably. But we know that Papa Bear Hallis, nobody's going to get near him at 318 wins with one team. And then, of course, Tom Landry, like I said, 250. And then bringing up the bottom list is Andy Reid at 237. And to reach 328, he'd have to coach for 9 more years. And if you add 9 more years, 10 years at 9 wins, that's 90 wins. That's 90 wins. That gets him right there. Now, is he going to be able to do that with Patrick Mahomes? They're averaging, 12 wins a year right now. You think that they could average at least 9, 10 wins every year for the next, they got Mahomes for, another 8 years or so, 9 years on his contract. So for 10 years, and Andy Reid will be in his 70s, then early 70s. The question is, will he still want to coach? But I don't think he's quite going to get to Shula. I don't think he'll be around that long, but do I think that he could probably get around to get George Halas? I see him, probably. You got to figure he's going to get. Man, I don't. He'd probably want to get to 300. I think 300 would be a magical number. That would be my guess, and that's only 63 away. That's, if he does, 6 more seasons at 11 wins, that gets him there. So. With 17 games, you got to figure they're going to get at least 10 wins a year, 9 to 10 wins with Patrick Mahomes as their quarterback. Losses, you can see that Bill Belichick is creeping in up on losses. And the way he's going at the Patriots head coach, you got to figure that he's going to lose another 7 this year, 6, 7. So if he loses 6, that puts him at 158, which is 7 below Dan Reeves for the most losses ever, but of course he did it with 3 teams. And then now with playoff wins, he's at 31. Uh, Cowboys, Tom Landry's at 20 for one team. Once again, that's one team. Joe Gibbs is 17 with one team. Andy Reid has 11 with Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, or 12 it is, whatever it is. Most of those will come with the Chiefs. So you got to figure that he needs 12 wins to catch Bill Belichick for most ever. And you get what? 3 playoff games a year. So in 3 years, that's 9. So that gets him to, where's he at? 9 wins, gets him to 28. So he'd have to have at least, it's going to take him every bit of 7 years to get past Belichick at least. So you got to figure 7 years, 9, 10 wins, let's say 10 wins, in 7 more years, that's 70, which of course puts him right above the 300 wins at 307. So I think that's probably what if I was him, I would be looking at having the most playoff wins, which means you're going to be close to probably 5 Super Bowls. Belichick has 6, not counting his assistant coaching Super Bowls with the Giants. So when you look at that, Andy Reid could possibly get 3, 4 more with the Chiefs in the next 7 years. Maybe that's going to be tough to do. Probably 3 and 7 might be more realistic for what the Chiefs can't do. Maybe we'll see. But that puts him with 5 NFL championships or 5 Super Bowls, and that puts him over Belichick. And assuming Belichick is not going to get any more W's in the playoffs, which I don't see that happening. I think he's going to eventually get the Patriots in, especially if they get D-Hop in there. I think that's going to really help the Patriots' cause as far as what they can and can't do. So we shall see how that works out. I'm gonna call Nathan right now and put him on speaker and see if you guys can hear him. Because if you can, we're gonna go over and get a little bit of the talk. So hopefully you got.
Hey, Matt.
Hey, can you hear me?
I can.
All right. Well, I've got you here on the speaker. We decided I'm gonna do. This is how we're doing it because for whatever my Zoom, when I do my little Zoom link thing, it didn't work. I changed my email, but it would not take when I tried to put it over there. So I just need to go into and get my stuff done in Collaborative Logic and go, look, guys, this is what's happening. Can't get it working. So, but I think everybody can hear me. And you.
Yep, I can hear you.
Okay, well, I can hear you too, and I've got your thing right here by the speaker. Okay, what was your take on when you looked at the Thunder and Wembanyama? But first of all, the Thunder, what was your take on the game and what you saw out of the Thunder as far as their overall stats and what they did?
I thought Casey Wallace looked really good. Of course, he's not going to do that every night. But I thought he looked really good. He was really active on defense. You know, that Jaden Hardy, he was guarding him, and he was ball screening like crazy. So, but he did a pretty good job holding his own on that end, I think. Obviously, he's not going to hit 5 threes every game, but thought he looked pretty good. I thought Jang looked a little bit better after his pitiful performance in Game 1. You know, Jay Will, I love that guy more and more every time I see him. You know, just I don't know, that chase down block he had, not in the last game before, that was pretty impressive. That was pretty impressive.
Yeah, well, I've talked about that. I've talked about how if that had been Chet, it would have been all breaking news. And it's like, man, that was a really, really good play. And he got no love for it at all on the announcers.
No, I know. And those announcers, man, I swear, they don't – what they called him Terrence Mann one time?
Yeah.
Terry Mann, it's like, dude, that's a guy out of Field of Dreams. Like, what? Come on.
Yeah. Hey, well, you know, speaking of Kaysen, he 27 minutes, 7 for 15 from the field, 6 for 10 from 3, considering he missed his first couple. So he really went 6 out of 8. 6 out of his last 8 is what he did. 20 points. He had 2 assists, 3 rebounds. I really liked his defense, too, as well. What about you?
Yeah, I did like his defense. The only thing I just kind of nitpicking, didn't really care for, was, and it'll get better, I think, but the finishing at the rim didn't seem too strong. And then also when he's taking his twos, he's taking those deep twos. And I don't know, again, maybe it's just him getting his feet wet, but I didn't particularly care for those deep twos he was taking. And he only did a couple of them, but.
Well, a lot of times what a deep two is, that's a guy and you're just doing a one-step dribble to get your rhythm. That's what you do to get your rhythm. So, I always tell my kids, either if you missed a couple threes, get to the free throw line or shoot a mid-range.
Okay.
That's what I always say. But Jay Will, speaking of him, 26 minutes, 4 for 8, 1 for 4 from 3 for 9 points. But 7 rebounds, which I want him to be at the to me, that's a nice stat line for him. Except that he needs to make more threes. But 9.7 boards. I really like the fact he still had another block. And Chet he's playing better. 5 for 10, 1 for 4, 5 for 8 from 3. He's got to improve his free throws. But another double digit, 10 rebounds and 2 blocks. Now, I did like, and he's cut down on his turnovers. I wonder why, because they're not letting him bring the ball up the floor like a guard. And you and I both talked about that. He's not a guard. He's not Wembanyama. He does not have handles. No. He does not.
He's slow.
So anyway, I did not like that. Terrence Mann he finally had a bad game.
You did it too. Did you do that on purpose, or did you really just do that?
I mean, he really did. He had a bad. Trey Mann. I don't know why I call him Terrence Mann. Terrence Mann plays for the Clippers. I don't know why.
Yeah. I was thinking James Earl Jones and Field of Dreams.
Yeah, no. Terrence Mann plays. That's who I always call him because my guy Mark Long at SRB is always Trey Mann plays for the Clippers or Terrence Mann. I go, I know, but I always call him Terrence Mann. It's just drives me nuts doing that. But Trey Mann finally had a bad game. 11 points, 4 for 6, 3 from 6. And a lot of that, I would say, probably had to do with the fact that Kaysen was doing what Kaysen was doing.
Yep.
What did you think? What did you think about Keontae?
I think he's going to be great, man. I think it's going to take him a little bit to get acclimated, but I think he's going to be great. I really like what I saw from him. And just an offshoot right quick. I just went back and did a little research the other day. We were talking about Grady Dick and how I kind of liked, a lot of people did like him at their 12. And I was just looking at some numbers. Now, I know you can't compare these because he's younger and older, but whatever. So at Kansas, Grady Dick, 40.3%, I think, from 3 on 6 attempts a game. And then he shot 43% overall. So, very poor from 2. Keontae Johnson on 5.7 attempts, 40.6% from 3 and 53% from the field. So.
And also, think about Keontae. Did you know that when he had the heart problem there at Florida, he was the preseason SEC Player of the Year?
Player of the Year. Yeah, I did remember that.
I said, wait a minute. He's what? He was what? The preseason ACC Player or SEC Player of the Year candidate? He was picked before he had that. So that says that he has the ability. Because
that was what, 20? Was that 2020?
Yes, 19. When was the pandemic? 2020.
That was 2020. Yeah.
Okay, so it would have been 2019 because the pandemic year was the next year where he got the deal. He took the year off and then he got another year for that. So that's how he got the 2 years. And then he came back and played at KU or Kansas State in 2021, 22, and 2021 and 22. I believe is what he did for them.
Okay.
But
I'm just trying to think back to see what other SEC players were drafted that year.
He was projected to be a monster, and I think that that alley oop that Kaysen threw him, I was he just went up dunked that with ease. I'm going okay. So because when we saw him play, Randy right now we're there, we were watching him play against Kansas State and Oklahoma State, and we're looking at this guy like, who is this dude? I mean, he's just quietly, and he had 19 points. He had 6 boards, 2 steals, 3 steals, and we're like, who is this guy? I mean, he just quietly just took he picked us apart.
And he hustles. He hustles.
But
I do think a better version of Kenrich Williams, maybe eventually.
He's definitely a better version of Kendrick. Because to me, Kendrick Williams does way more than what he's capable of. He tries to do more. And my deal with him is he can't defend the wing, but he can defend the post.
Which is weird.
which should be
How
the
small he is.
opposite. Yeah, he should. You think it'd be the other way around. And Jeremiah Robinson Earl once again did not play. Right ankle sprain, whatever. Did not play. McConnell did not play. Maldonado did not play. Your guy Williams did not play either.
Who was the guy that played off the bench? I didn't recognize him.
Plowden?
Yeah, him.
Don't know.
Yeah, I didn't know much about him. So.
Yeah, I looked
Nor
at.
did I really care, to be honest with you. But,
No,
yeah,
I didn't either. Let me see. Here's our schedule. Is he on the Plowden? Is he? Yes. Daquan Plowden, guard forward, 6'6", from Bowling Green.
yeah, that's just one of those add-ons. That's kind of like I saw what's his name playing last night. Manic. Saw
Yeah.
Brady Manic playing last night.
Brady Manning, dude.
Don't even get me started on that guy.
I mean, I'm like, whatever, dude. I've got this friend of ours who says that the NBA is racist
Oh my God!
because of
Seriously?
Brady Manning.
Have they seen Chet Holmgren?
I-
or any other?
He says all along, it's like, dude, Brady Manick is a good player, but like I told his dad in high school, he has to learn how to put the ball on the floor. And if he doesn't, he's not going to be able to play. He's got to learn how to put the ball on the floor. And Brady never did learn how to do that, and it just cost him.
That's a great college player, but that doesn't translate, you know?
No, and he was a decent college player, but you couldn't defend the wing. And if you can't defend the wing, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
And he can't do anything but shoot. You can't defend, and you can't. All you can do is shoot the ball from the corner. That's not going to help you at 6'10", 6'9". It's not helping. But anyway, yeah, I saw Brady. It's Brady. So I mean, I like the kid personally, but he's not an NBA player.
Right.
No, but I tell you what, the Shackelford kid, I'm
That's your
telling
man
you,
right there.
I like this kid. 15 minutes, 2 for 6 from the field, 2 for 5 from 3. I like that kid a lot. I do. I
He's
mean,
got some bulldog in him.
he's gonna be that guy. He's gonna come off the bench, get you some shots up. I like him. Butler, I'm falling less and less in love with.
Who is?
Butler, Jared Butler.
Yeah, he. I don't know. To me, he tries to do too much.
Yeah, I'm just not in love with the guy. I really liked him in the first couple, but after that, I'm like, you know what? I'm not. Yeah, but McConnell, no. Maldonado, no. Jeremiah Robinson Earl, I like him, but no.
Don't you think he's going to be gone? I mean, just curious.
Which one?
Don't you think JRE's going to be traded or let go? One of the two?
Yeah, well, here, like, I'm going to pull up our roster for everybody right now.
Dude, we got 21 guys.
Well, with our roster right now, this is what we have at the moment, just roster. We have SGA, Trey, Kaysen, Josh, Lou, Dort, Isaiah Joe, Mikchik, J-Dub, Wiggins, Jang, Waters, Keontae, Poku, Kendricks Williams, Jeremiah Robinson Earl, Chet, J. Will, and Davis Bertans. That's
You say Trey
18.
Mann?
That's
You say
18.
Trey Mann?
Yeah, huh? Yeah, Trey Mann, yeah.
You say Trey Mann. All
Yeah,
right,
that's
don't
18.
even- Yeah, we got Oladipo on there too, right?
Oh, come
Eventually.
on. I mean.
I mean, he's not going to play, but he's on the roster, right?
Okay,
Or
yeah,
will-
okay. Oh, yeah, if you do it that way, yes.
And then we just traded. It's not finalized yet, but we just
Oh,
traded.
we got Rudy Gay and Ty. You got Ty deal.
Ty Washington
So that's
and-
21. And Rudy Gay.
Don't forget Usman Garuba. Usman Garuba too.
Okay, 22.
So I mean, we got some trimming to do.
Oh, well, there's trim. Those guys are gone. You know what? Well,
You don't
what?
think they're going to hang on to one of them? Maybe Ty Washington. I kind of liked him playing for the
Okay,
Rockets
but
last year.
who you gonna take? Who you gonna get rid of?
Dude, you want to hear the ones I think need to go? I mean,
Okay, well,
Nick will
I'm gonna say a name and then you say yes or no on the roster. Okay? How about that?
All right, that'll work.
SGA.
Yes.
We're talking about top 15. Okay, 15.
Top 15.
15, because that's going to be your people who are going to play you two ways and you guys. Okay, Kaysen,
Yes.
Josh,
Yes.
Lou Dort.
Hmm.
Yes, say yes. Girl,
Yes.
Don't mess around.
Yeah.
Isaiah Joe,
Yes.
Mikchik.
I think he's going to play. Yeah. I think
Okay, J-Dub,
definitely.
Wiggins,
Yes.
Jang,
You invested too much in him, so yes.
Keontae,
Yes.
Poku,
No.
Kendricks Williams,
Yes.
Jeremiah Robinson Earl,
No.
Chet,
Yes.
Jay Will,
Yes.
Davis Bertans.
No.
That's 13.
That's 13.
That's
Yep.
13. And Davis Bertans, I think he's going to play because Chet can't play the whole time, and they've got to give Jay Will some rest.
Right.
So I think he'll be there. Yes.
You don't think, and I know I shot this over to you yesterday. You think they're stockpiling? I know Presty, he doesn't really honestly know what he's probably doing in the end yet, but I think, don't you think he's stockpiling something to make a trade? I mean, all the moves he's made. He's got 6 guys since free agency started, 6 new guys.
Yeah,
Since
I think someone told me we have 57 draft picks in the next 7 years.
35.
35.
35.
35.
Yeah, we got 20 second rounders and 15 first rounders.
Right. Something stupid.
Which we got 5 of them from Patty Mills. I mean, are you kidding me?
Right. Well, we have what do we have? We have 7. Don't we have 7 first round picks in the next 2 years?
We have. Well, we traded. Well, it's not finalized yet, but we have a Denver trade that's not finalized yet. But we have 4 next year and 3 the year after that.
That's what I said. 7. That's what I just said.
But one of them is going to be traded. The worst out of next year will be traded.
Yeah, they're traded. Yes.
Yes, and we're not using all those. There's no way.
No, there's not. I mean, there's just not happening. It really isn't, and it's just kind of.
I think what you're going to see happen, honestly, is I think you're going to see happen what happened this year. He's going to trade those picks for future picks. I mean, I think, unless there's just a guy he really likes. But because when he does that, he recycles the timeline, and because kind of like what Denver's doing right now, where they're building, but they're trying to get draft picks for now. So they have, instead of getting cheap veterans on minimum contracts, they're going the younger route and trying to get guys that can play now that are older in college.
Right. Which, the way that I see it, Nate, is that when I look at what the Thunder are doing, and you look at our roster, which is, I mean, with SGA, Josh, and J Dub, and Chet, and J Will, that's a good 5 just to have start with, to me.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Now, am I coming around to Chet? Yes, but I still think he's 12 to 14, 8 rebounds. I moved up to 3 blocks. That's what I think he is.
I mean, don't you think that'd be pretty good though? I mean, maybe not as high as where he was drafted, but
yes. But I mean, if he's 14 points, 8 rebounds, 3 blocks a game, that's rookie of the year potential.
In any other year, yes, I would agree with you.
So. No, this year, because you've got Wembanyama, who yesterday is, like I said, he was doing yesterday what, the mistakes he made in the first deal. He was catching and turning around and shooting in the lane. He wasn't trying to go one-on-one and taking multiple dribbles.
Right.
He was pulling up, shooting the basketball, and he was a lot more physical in the paint. Even though he's still skinny, he's going to get pushed around. I don't care what. He needs 20 pounds, which I don't see him ever getting, and he's still going to get pushed around. So I don't see that ever changing.
Day by day, you're starting to look a lot smarter, and I'm starting to look a lot dumber on Jabari Smith Jr.
Dude, I like Jabari, man. I like him.
I do too. I
like him.
Because, you got to think about it. It's not a whole lot different, but our team is a whole lot different than it was when that draft happened. I mean...
No, but see, to me, Nathan, I wanted Jabari. Why? Because I said he fits what we're trying to do more because he gives us an athletic wing that can block shots, shoot the basketball, and he can defend. To me, that was looking at more, but they're looking at Chet because he was supposed to be, Wembanyama.
Yeah, higher ceiling.
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't see it. I mean, I just didn't.
I hope you're wrong, but again, yeah. I saw something today that just irritated the crap out of me. Some guy said, it's amazing how quickly the Rockets have turned around their progression and how great the future looks. And I just had to laugh on as hard as I could on that one. Because,
okay. Go ahead.
I was going to say because, they're going to maybe have a chance to maybe get the play-in game this year. And they sacrificed their future. I mean, I don't know. I think they went to rebuild 0 to 60 too fast.
I think
I mean,
to me, the Rockets are doing something what they're trying to do is this: change the culture in the locker room. They're let's lose, let's do whatever to get another chance at the lottery. That's their mentality. That's the ownership. That's the way they were thinking. Now you hire a coach that says, "Look, we ain't. I'm not into this. We ain't doing that. So let's
right.
go get us some veteran players to mix with what we have young players. Let's keep the pieces that we like. Let's get rid of the pieces that are whatever, and let's go from there." So they got them a veteran point guard who knows how to distribute the basketball. They got him a defensive guy who can lend some physicality and some toughness to them, along with a bunch of young, talented guys who are soft as cotton candy. That's what they did.
But you two things. You maybe not. Time will tell. But you overpaid for Fred VanVleet.
Yes.
Two, you way overpaid for Dylan Brooks. That guy is annoying. He's a good defender, but he shoots too much. He's like Lou Dort. He's a poor man's version of Lou Dort, in my opinion. So maybe he does a little bit more than that, but he jacks his jaw off the court. He gets in trouble.
Which I think that's done.
I hope so.
That's done. He realized this is his second chance, his last chance. He's done after this. Now at $100 million, okay.
You trade for Patty Mills and you give up 2 seconds, and then you trade him to us for 3 seconds, and then you trade away 3 other guys that could maybe help you. You don't know yet because they're still young. And they just give him away to Atlanta, and then Atlanta gives it back to us for nothing.
For nothing.
So, for nothing. And they're just their front office is horrible.
Can I say that Sam pulled one over?
Sam is taking advantage of that dude so bad. I mean, that guy, honestly, Sam should have bought him a beer or something. Because, I mean, I can't say it on air, but you know what I want to say. I mean,
that is too funny. That is too funny. But it's facts, though. It's facts.
Yeah.
Sam's taking advantage of these guys. I don't say taking advantage. He's
basically telling them you're stupid and I'm
No, he is using his experience against their inexperience. Let's just call it that.
Well, isn't that taking advantage of them?
No. Not really. You making it. I don't know. I don't want to make it sound that bad.
I think it's great, though, because if you're that stupid to do it, then you deserve to get taken advantage of.
Wait a minute. I'm not. I ain't gonna say anything. Okay, so now I heard your take on Wembanyama the first game, and I was completely different than your take in the first game. Now your take second game.
Oh man, that guy is. He's like I said. I think he just needed to get his feet wet. I mean,
that's not what you said. That's not what you said.
What I said, to be
you
honest
went off.
I mean, he played horrible the first game. I think he's probably going to be somewhere in the middle. I mean, I don't know if he's going to be
the greatest. I agree. I don't see him.
He's not going to be LeBron. I mean, I don't think. I don't even know if he'll be Dwayne Wade. But I mean, or maybe in that version of a big man. But I think he's got too much. The poor kid. I mean, golly, he's the savior, and he's going to win 4 championships, and he's going to be Tim Duncan and David Robinson.
Well, I will say this: San Antonio. They've had 3 first-round picks. David Robinson, Tim Duncan, and him. How the hell does that work?
Yeah, no kidding. They're paying somebody.
How does that work? Okay?
I mean,
Tim Duncan, David Robinson, and Wembanyama.
And you can't say that they've drafted well because those are just dumb picks. Like, those are just, I mean, yeah, of course you're going to take that guy.
Yeah, but you got to get in position to be lucky enough to do that. Think about Houston. How many times have they tried to get the first overall pick and haven't done it?
And it's been great. I love that.
But you know what I'm saying? They've been in the dumps on purpose.
Detroit got screwed this year, man.
Yeah, but hey, what I'm saying is loser mentality.
Yeah.
And that's what the Thunder players were fighting the Thunder management against, loser mentality. We want to win.
Well, hey, I'm going to tell you what, it looks like the players won.
Yes.
So,
well, no, they did. Not really, because we would have had the 8th overall pick instead of the 12th. And who could we got at number 8?
Nobody. Taylor Hendricks, yeah.
We could have got him. You could have moved up.
Could have moved up, yeah. But I'm telling you, I think in the grand scheme of things, I don't think it's going to make that much difference. To be honest,
I agree.
With you. I don't. Taylor Hendricks isn't going to win us a title.
I agree. Well, I don't know, maybe.
I would put 99% for on that one.
It sounded good in my mind.
At best, I think he's a really, really good role player.
It sounded good in my mind, man. You ain't helping me out here, bro. You are not helping me out. All right, bro. Let me get out of here. I got to get to the gym, man. I got to get kids trained today.
All right, man. Have a good one.
All right, you too, brother. And I'm trying to get that Zoom fixed, dude. My little app thing that pops up, my icon. Well, Zoom's came and sent me an email that says you need to redo your email. I redo my password, and then when I go to the app, to the thing, the icon to pop it in there, it won't take it. I'm like, okay.
You know what I'm going to tell you? Collaborative logic, man. Take it down there.
Is that really what it is? That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Collaborative logic. That's what I just said. I just said that earlier. I'm taking it to collaborative.
You've been saying that it's been more than a week. So you need to take it down there and let them deal with it. If you want me to, one of these days, I'll just come pick you up and I'll force you to go down there.
Yeah, I'm going to call. As soon as I get off the phone, I'm going to text Russell.
All right, man.
All right, bro. I appreciate you. All right, Nate. That was my guy Nathan here. Nathan Taylor had him right there on the phone because my Zoom didn't work. So I am calling Collaborative Logic tomorrow, or when I get down here, I'm gonna call him today and say, "Hey, bro, when can I bring my computer in so y'all can fix my Stream Deck and fix my Zoom so it will work correctly for whatever reason? It drove me nuts today." So that being said, hey, look, hope everybody has a fantastic day. Hope you enjoyed this show and this edition of the Unpopular Hour. Here on Facebook and on YouTube. And remember, go to YouTube, search the Unpopular Hour - Matt Clark, pop it up, or After the Storm with OKC Thunder. Pop that up, subscribe, like, hit notification. Listen, I love the Thunder, and I know you guys do too.